So this is a project that we're working on. We've put in this patio and sidewalk in this summer, and I put in a no-dig bed right here on the edge of the patio. We did this in the spring, and now we're going to work on this. And what we're going to be putting in here is basically a line of boxwoods right here. And so we've gotten Baby Gem Boxwood from Southern Living, and right now I have 12. I think it's going to take 14, but I bought all that Lowe's had, and I bought 12. So they're not the greatest looking. There's a few little tips on here that are a little rough looking, but they're healthy. In fact, you can see new growth here on these two. So we're going to go ahead and be putting these in, and I think I'm going to be spaced them about 24 inches apart so that they'll grow into a nice formal hedge along the sidewalk. So let's get started. After measuring 24 inches apart, I measured out a 15-inch wood block, and I cut that so that I could easily space each pot individually without having to measure each one, just using that 15-inch block. Great idea. It's a very good time saver, and I highly recommend doing something like this. Alright, I've got all these holes dug and they are ready, but I ran into a little bit of a snag right here. I have a drain pipe that comes under this sidewalk, and I wasn't sure where I was going to run into it, but just as I expected, or as I feared I should say, there it is. And you can see it's about 6-7 inches down in the ground. But what I decided to do was, some of these plants do not look like they've been fully matured into the pot. So I picked one of the smaller ones and pulled it out of the pot, and sure enough, and that should fit around that pot. I don't think that'll create a problem. If it does, I'll deal with it later, but right now that's where it's going. So I'm going to put some of this potting mix from the pot down in the bottom here so that it can have a little bit of room to drain. The roots can drain. And then set that right on top. And thankfully it's fall, so this will have plenty of time before next summer to root in, so we're going to be fine. Okay, I'm running out of daylight, so I need to go ahead and get these watered in. I've got them partially backfilled right now, all 12 shrubs partially backfilled. So I'm going to go ahead and water these in so it'll settle the dirt around, and then continue backfilling back to ground level. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do now. geese like to fly over our house quite a bit. So I wasn't really able to finish the job on these shrubs until late on Saturday. It's Monday now, and Saturday it got dark on us as I was finishing this job up, but then it rained all day on Sunday. So this is the finished project, so I want you to take a look at that and see how it turned out. Okay, as you can see, everything is in the ground. I still have a little bit of dressing work to do on the top. I've already pushed up the mulch that I had left, but I'm going to be coming back to this bed and putting pine straw throughout the bed here. And they just turned out really, really nice. I think this is going to develop into a nice hedge over time, and I can't wait to see these develop. And this is coming up the sidewalk from the driveway. And we have plans for this area too. We're going to be putting in probably some annuals. I'm not really sure exactly what we're going to do there yet, but this is going to provide the structure for our future projects in this bed. Thanks for watching this video. If it was helpful to you, go ahead and click the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching.